Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at some tier 3 raids solo using minimal Pokemon. So for the first raid, we're going to be going up against Gengar. This is going to be the first time that I use my Giratina Origin form with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, going up against it to see how well it performs. Now, the easiest moveset to go up against Gengar using your Origin form is going to probably be Sucker Punch as well as Focus Blast. Focus Blast is not going to be very effective. Neither is Sludge Bomb, but it is going to be a 2 charge bar move, and it will kind of spam you from time to time, and it does chip off your health even when you're dodging. On the other hand, Focus Blast is going to be a single charge, and you will be able to dodge once in a while, as well as taking reduced damage, so you shouldn't have to worry about losing too much health there. Now, I think I could possibly do this with just one Giratina. If it did have Focus Blast, I'll go out there and keep trying to see if I can find one. Hopefully it's not going to be cloudy weather, so the Focus Blast is not going to be boosted, but I don't think it'll make too much of a difference using the Giratina with that resisted to fighting types. And then of course the Gengar comes in and just does work as well. And if you're not too sure on which one's going to be better, Gengar or Giratina, well, Giratina has the longer survivability in the battle because it is going to be a bit tankier, well, a lot tankier. And then Gengar is going to have slightly more attack, but it is going to be a glass cannon and die a lot quicker because, well, it does not have much HP or stamina, but it does dish out a massive amount of damage. And then after this raid, we're going to be hopping into a Granbull to use yet again 2 Pokemon to take it out. We do not have any weather boost on our end. We're going to be using the best poison attacker in the game, which is going to be Rosarade with Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb. If you did have cloudy weather and the Granbull did have Focus Blast and you use correct dodging, I'm pretty sure you can take it out with just one of them. So I'm going to wait for those perfect conditions and give it another shot. I'm also going to be looking for, like I said, a Gengar with Focus Blast to go up against it with my Giratina to see if I can possibly take it out with just one of those. It's going to be tough, and I don't know if you can really do it because those quick moves on the Gengar are doing quite a bit of damage to it. So yeah, Sucker Punch is probably, like I said, going to be your best option if you're trying to do as much damage as you possibly can and survive as long as you possibly can with the Giratina, because it is going to be super effective to you, but the Gengar will not get stabbed from it. So with that said, I have a very exciting video coming up for you after this, which will be my next upload regarding shiny Pokemon. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at these 2 Pokemon's IVs and do a little comparing here. So for the Giratina Origin form, it is sitting at level 40 with a 96%, 15 attack, 13 defense, and 15 stamina. Absolutely magnificent, with a DPS of 35.1 with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball. So not bad. And then if we look over at Gengar, level 40, it's going to be a 91% with 13 attack, 15 defense, and 13 stamina. It's also going to be a nice shiny there with Lick and Shadow Ball with a DPS of 39.3. So my highest DPS Gengar is going to be a Shadow Claw Shadow Ball with 15 attack, 3 defense, and 15 stamina. So that's pretty good. Although this is also fantastic as well. So as you can see, the Gengar is doing a significantly more amount of damage, but it cannot stay in the fight as long no matter what, but the Giratina can, therefore almost putting off just as much damage in the long run. So if you're wondering which one you should power up or invest in more, and you couldn't get yourself a hold of possibly multiple Lick Gengars or Shadow Claw, well, you have Giratina. Yes, it's going to cost you, those candies are hard to get. You're going to have to raid a lot or transfer rare candies. But if you do, you're going to have something pretty good at the end of the day. So there you go for a little comparison for the 2 ghost type Pokemon there. Now let's go ahead and hop into the next raid and take a look at these Pokemon. So Rosarade is going to be sitting at an 87% with 15 attack, 13 defense, and 11 stamina. The moveset on it is going to be Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb. I do have a secondary move purchase, but the DPS is going to be calculated for the 2 poison moves, sitting at 36.2 DPS, damage per second, so it's the highest one in the game for poison attacking there. And if we look over at Toxicroak, it's sitting at a 93%, 15 attack, 14 defense, and 13 stamina. And that moveset is going to be Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb, so the same thing. And as far as the DPS goes, it's sitting at 31.7, so basically 32. It's a little bit far behind the Rosarade, but it's still holding its own, and as you see here in a moment, it's going to be dishing out quite a bit of damage. So if you're trying to do this challenge as well, and you have yourself a nice Rosarade powered up, well, I suggest you give it a shot because it's pretty fun. Now, if you do have cloudy weather like we went over, and the Granbull does have Focus Blast, and you have the correct moveset on your Rosarade, and your dodging is exactly perfect, you should be able to take it out with just one of them. I can't wait to give it a shot. And this thing is just absolutely amazing. So if you do not have a Rosarade yet, I urge you to possibly go for one, okay? The thing is amazing. It's also the best grass attacker in the game as well, if you did not know that. Outperforming everything, all right? As far as TDO, I mean, it's not going to be your top. Venusaur is going to be up there with that bulkiness, but this one is still absolutely amazing. So just keep that in mind there. And then the Toxicroak, as you may know already, it's just magnificent already in PvP. The movesets are just great. It has counter for its other quick move, as well as Mud Bomb, which charges fairly quick, Sludge Bomb, as well as counter that does massive damage getting stabbed. So Toxicroak is just an excellent Pokemon to have in the Great League as well as the Ultra, okay? So there you have it on these two Pokemon here, and we're doing pretty good. So look at that. It's almost going to take it into the red. I could have dodged a little bit better. Now regarding Lucky Friends, I have yet to receive one, and if you do not know by now how to trigger them, you're going to have to be best friends. That means full hearts there completely, and it's just going to be your first interaction. So as you can see, the blue ring around these trainers, that means I had an interaction with them today, and none of them turned lucky. It will have the indication under their hearts there, and when you do go into their name, like here, and then you look under their hearts yet again, it'll have, say, lucky friend and ready to go. And if you look over by the trade, it will also have the lucky design underneath that as well. So you'll be able to know, and it's an indication that you can have a lucky trade with your next Pokemon with them, and it will be guaranteed. But here's the big but now. I don't know what Niantic's doing over there, and as well as they have not announced anything, they should put out a big warning, because apparently some of these lucky friendship trades are not actually turning lucky, and that's not a normal feature. It's supposed to be 100% guaranteed, and that's as simple as that, and it's not actually happening. So be very cautious on this at the moment. Don't trade legendaries or shinies that you're really wanting to become lucky. I mean, it may work with you. It's working. It's not, not happening all the time. It's just there's a few cases where it actually didn't become lucky, and the two trainers were lucky friends. So just keep that in mind. You may want to watch out. How to trigger these, of course, is going to be through PvP, trading, sending a gift, or at least opening a gift. Sending it's not going to actually make the interaction happen. Either trainer has to open one up, and anything and everything that will increase your friendship. So it's pretty simple, and it's just a matter of luck. So I've heard people getting 3 in one day, 4 in one day, and as well as myself getting 0. So it's just a matter of time before it actually happens. So whenever it does, make your choice wisely, and like I said, just hold off on little. Well, I don't know if you really want to hold off, because when you get that lucky friend, you're like, well, let's do it right now. I have one ready to go. So if it doesn't turn lucky, just remember that it's a bug, all right? It's not supposed to do that. All right, now this may seem random, but I kind of want to go over it really quick here, because I've been thinking about it, and we haven't seen bug type in the Silph Arena quite yet. So we just might see that for the next month. So let's go over a few bug types here that I think may possibly perform good, depending upon the other types that are picked as well. I was deciding what can be also used. We have grass, maybe water, I don't know what else. Put your thoughts below and tell me what you think, but definitely bug type, possibly. So Yon Mega here, a prize of mine. Really like this thing. Purchase secondary move. I have I think 7 of them, so I'm stacked on those. I'm kind of just evolving a few here and there just because of the task for the Aerodactyl. Evolve one Pokemon using an item, so I kind of just go for these most of the time. Not to mention I had quite a few Luckies as well. Masquerade is also going to be possibly pretty good. It does have Ominous Wind as well as Silver Wind. Both of those are going to have a small percentage of getting an attack and defense buff, so pretty good there, as well as low energy cost. Scizor, however you like to say it, it's pretty good as well, part steel type, and can possibly find some good usability. It's going to have neutral damage to flying types, which a lot of these bugs are going to be mixed with, so they will have that advantage when it comes down to it. So when it goes down to this tournament, bug types with part flying will probably be within your best interest. And then we oh boy, here we go with this thing again, right? So I did completely max it out. It's not close to 100, it's almost there. Confusion, Sludge Bomb, and Silver Wind. Silver Wind will grant it possibly with that attack and defense buff. Now this is something I think that's going to be performing absolutely magnificent if it did have a bug tournament in the future, and that is going to be Ninjax here. Shadow Ball, pretty good, right? Also has Bug Buzz as well as Aerial Ace, I do believe. So I was actually even thinking about powering this up in this video, but we'll hold off because I still need the other types for the cup to be announced, and we don't even know if bugs are going to even be entered in for the next month. But I have a big hunch that yes, it's going to be there. All right, so as we go down here, we could just check out Pokemon that we could possibly power up. Combee's Evolution, maybe. I still don't have one. Still 20 candies away from evolving one of those. I wasn't able to do that many raids when the bug event was happening with those because I only saw a couple. I wasn't actively hunting them down. Then we have this magnificent Beedrill here with a Legacy Bug Bite, as well as X-Scissor and Aerial Ace for the charge moves. So Bug Bite will gain energy at a decent rate, and it will dig into your opponent's health quite fast in PvP for sure. So may want to look at your Beedrills to see if you have one of those Legacy. And as long as there is not fire types entering in the tournament, which I don't think there will be because currently for the Kingdom Cup, fire is one of the types. So yeah, Fortress may be a fantastic option, seeing that its only weakness is going to be fire, as well as Scizor as well. So take note of that. Like I said already, it all depends on the other typings for the cup. So maybe just want to go through your Pokemon, look around there. I do believe I have a Heracross that's in, there we go. Yep, so this one can be powered up for the Great League. I will possibly put candies into it if it would have some sort of advantage depending on the other types that were going to be entered. So yeah, look around there. I know a lot of people don't have that, but Ninjax, I have my eye on that one, so keep that in mind. Anyways, with that said, trainers, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.